So in addition to those operations, we have this increment and decrement operator. So we have used that a lot, but we haven't talked about it in detail. So the like plus plus I versus I plus plus, right? So those are definitely has difference. We have been using them without knowing what the difference is. So here, if we have the plus plus as prefix, all right, so that means we will add the value to the variable n before it's being used in an expression. Instead, if we use postfix, for example, n plus plus, so the n value will be used first. Okay, it will be used in your equation for whatever calculation first. After this is done, we add the value to it. Okay, sometimes it doesn't make a difference, but sometimes it does. For example, here, if say n equal to 5 at the beginning, x equals to n plus plus. So that means we will assign this n value to x first. And then we'll increment that by 1. So x equals to 5, n equals to 6 in this case. If we do the plus plus n, both will be 6 because the increment will happen beforehand. So okay, that's the difference. The other important thing is operation like this is not legal. Okay, that will give you error because this will change those two values after because there are two variables, like how you can increment two variables at the same time. All right, so previously we have using the expression like this, I plus plus, without assigning anything. So in that case, there's no difference. Plus plus I equals to I plus, they're the same because you're not using it. Only you increment it. So, okay, let's see in this situation, right? So this function called squeeze is to remove all concurrent character from a string, right? So if you have two letter A continuously, it will get rid of, or only keep one of them, all right? Or three letter A, it will keep only one of them. So how it works? So first of all, I will use two index variable, I and j. Okay, both of them start with 0, and I will keep increments, okay, along the string until it's reaching the end of the string. So if this I value is not a string, okay, okay, let's see if there's an example here. Oh, sorry, yeah, we're removing a given character from the string, right? So the character is given by the C here. So we're comparing every letter in this string to the C. Okay, if they're not the C, we will assign this letter to the new string. Right? We have two string basically. Like first string is with this character, the other one is not, but we are sharing the same array, right? So if this particular character in this array not equal to the given character, we'll keep it and add increment this j value afterwards. Right, so this makes it's important if we do the plus plus j versus the after, right? So we will assign the value of the string to this j value first, the position of the j value first, then we add 1 to this j. So this maybe easier if we have a new line underneath. So we assign Sj equal to Si first, then we say J++, right? That might seems easier in that case, like this, right? This way might seems more obvious. Previous way is more condensed way to do all two operations at the same time. The other example would be, so if we just to count the number of characters in a string, so we read every characters inside, and every time we do that, we increment our value. So that's what we used before. Now we can make a more compact version by having this I++ inside this square bracket. Last example. Okay, so if we're going to add two strings together, okay, have a string T and a string S. Assuming we always have enough space in the string S, so to hold the new string. So now we're just looping. Okay, first of all, we will use the index I to reach the end of string S. Right, so we do the while of comparison this character until the end of the string. Otherwise, we'll keep incrementing. So after this for loop, we will reaching the end of S string, right? And then we will assign this S string to the T string, right? Oh, sorry, the other way around. So we assign the first letter of the T string to the last character in your S string, and we keep increment both of them again and again until this T string reaches the end of the line. All right, so this again, very, very compact expression. I need your attention here. So first of all, you can see this assignment is quite straightforward, right? So we basically assign every single of the T string into the S string. Every time we assign it, we increment both index by 1. So keep doing that. The assignment itself will return the value of T string. All right, so this output will basically tell you what's inside this T string on this position. And we'll compare it to the new end of string character, right? To terminate this while loop. All right, so to make sure you understand this example, let's do an exercise. So we will use an alternative version of squeeze, which will delete the character in S that matches any character in S2. Okay, before we give only a one character, right? This time we use we'll delete any character in the string C. All right, so two array instead of one array and one character. Okay, so you will remove every string. So the high level idea is we'll iterate through every character in this S1. For every character there, we will check if that's inside the second string, right? If not, we keep it by just increment our index forward. If that's the if that is the case, right? So we will override it actually in this case. So once we reaching the end of this string S, we'll add a new terminated sign at the end. So you can see in this template file, you are looping through the S1, right? And inside of it, you will make a determination if this character is inside S2, right? If that's the case, what to do. If not the case, what to do, and move on to the next character in your S1 string. Okay, at the end, you will add this terminate symbol, which I have already provided you. You just focus on filling out those two parts of the code. Again, you are comparing two streams, so we already have a while loop to iterate through the first stream. So you might potentially need another loop to go through the second stream, right? So we already have this while loop for S1, and then we will have another while loop for the S2, right? And then you compare it one by one. And here I use a tag to identify if I find it or not. It's up to you. You don't have to use this way, right? In this way, I have used this tag to keep the character in S1, right? So yeah, if I find it, I will basically skip it. Otherwise, I will assign this value to the string, all right? Back to the string. At the end of the day, I will use the J to determine where the end is. I will add the terminal point.